Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Nandito po kami. Ako po si Brother James D. Guzman.
Ako naman po si Kuya Joe Domingo.
Kami ay partners sa gospel at saka siya po ang encyclopedia dito. Ilang volumes sa encyclopedia?
Pages
Kaya,
lang, pages.
Nandito na po tayo sa chapter 7. Yung pong chapter 6 is God's Unsurpassable Love. 4 sections lang po yun. Ito namang chapter 7, tuloy-tuloy din po yung God's Unsurpassable Love. Kaya lang ito po ay 7 sections. Last time po pinakita natin yung pagmamahal ng ating Panginoon sa parable of the lost son. Section 3 naman is pwede natin kulitin ng ating Ama. Tapos section 4, yan yung maganda. Yung masaya na tayo dito sa mundo. Tapos masaya pa tayo sa langit, Kingdom of God, na si Jesus mismo hirap na hirap kumuha ng words para ma-describe yung Kingdom of God na yun. Ang ating pong unang tatalakayin ay yung the fig tree and the parable of the talents. Yun po pinagsama namin kasi itong dalawang po ito parang pag-jigsaw magkadikit at related sila. I-explain po namin mamaya.
Kasi nung nakaraang linggo, pinag-usapan natin yung pasensyoso ang Diyos. Very patient siya, tapos persistent pa. Na paulit-ulit sinasabi sa atin na yun ang dinideliver natin sa mga kasama natin, mga nanonood at nakikinig, na hindi tayo pinagsasawaan ng Diyos. Talagang paulit-ulit siya, pero hindi naman siya bastos na darating sa atin. Yun din na inaasahan sa atin, like father, like son nga. Kaya tulad na banggit mo ngayon, na kulitin din natin, di ba, ang Panginoon. Sa kabutihan, sa mga kung ano mga plano natin. Ngayon, ang si Jesus, kung mag-deliver siya ng lesson para sa mga hindi niya kabarkada, hindi niya disipulo, yung mga taong usiser, nag-uusyoso lang, talinhaga.
Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore I speak to them in parables. Because they seeing, see not. And hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, ye shall not understand. And seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should be converted, and I should heal them. Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Kaya dito, sa dalawang talinhaga na ito, yung isa, bakit nasama rito yung igos? Kasi may nadaan na si Jesus na puno ng igos, walang bunga. Kaya dyan, tatalakayin yan, tinalakay ni Jesus yan. Pag-isip, bakit niya tinalakay itong puno ito? Wala namang kinalaman to. Parang gano'n.
Sa crossword puzzle, Brother Jude, pag desert fruit.
Fig tree.
Fig. Nakatikim ka na ba nito, Brother Jude?
Oh, masarap yan eh. Masarap. Yung fig tree kasi, dahil una nga sa desert, pag tinanim yan, Isang taon na hindi pa lumalabas yung ulo ng puno kasi naghahanap pa siya ng tubig. Pagka nakakuha ng tubig yon, titignan niya yung susunod na taon kung yun pa rin yung level ng tubig. Pag natuyo, sisisid uli yung ugat. Kaya matagal siyang tumubo. Pero oras na nakita na niya na yun ang pinaka naabot na tubig, isusunod na parang mabilis tumubo yung halaman. Ngayon, dalawang klase naman yung igos, katulad ng mga ibang parang papaya ba? Merong babae at may lalaki. Kaya yung lalaki hindi namumunga ngayon. No, ganun. Pero hindi naman sinabi rito. Kasi may pinatatamaan si Jesus dito sa puno ng igos na to. Unang-una, yan yung pinantakip nila Adan at Eva nung nagkasala sila eh. Dahon ng igos, sabing gano'n. So may kahulugan sa atin yun. Pagka si Jesus nagsalita, puro makahulugan eh.
Kaya pala, dito, sabi mo kanina 1 year, bago mamunga. Kaya pala dito sabi,
A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came seeking fruit on it, and found none. Then he said to the keeper of his vineyard, Look, for 3 years I have come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down. Why does it use up the ground?
sabi niya, so, putulin mo na.
Oh.
Putulin mo na, sabi nung may-ari ng vineyard, pinapuputol si kawawang fig tree. Ito naman si supposedly itong mabait itong planter, yung nag-aalaga ng garden, sabi niya,
But he answered and said to him, Sir, let it alone this year also, until I dig around it and fertilize it. And if it bears fruit, well. But if not, after that, you can cut it down.
alam ko sa mga isip ng ating mga nakikinig, na-imagine na tayo na hindi namumunga, dinidilig tayo ha. Pasensyoso ang ating ama, dinidilig tayo hanggang mamunga, masaklap doon. Pag hindi pa tayo namunga, putol, cut it down, sabi niya ganun kagatoon.
Yung nagrereklamo na may-ari ng puno ang Diyos Ama. Ang tagapangalaga ay si Jesus. Kaya sinasabi niya dito, 3 taon na ako nandito. Hindi namumunga, pero sabi niya sa Ama, para siya nagdadasal dito, Ama, pagbigyan mo pa ako ng patatabain ko itong lupan to. Tsaka nyo naputulin kung hindi pa mamumunga. Pero tama yung nabanggit mo kanina na tayo yun eh. Lahat ng mga nakarinig kay Jesus, yung mga salita niya ang pataba sa atin, at mamumunga tayo. Kasi yan naman ang hinahanap sa atin ng mga tao, at saka si Lord, no? Sabi niya, by your fruits they shall know you. Yan yung sinasabi sa atin. Kaya lahat tayo yung puno ng igos, no? Inahan yan. Ngayon, yung binanggit ko kanina, yung una pagkatanim yan, 1 o 2 o 3 taon para lang mag-ugat. Para ma-settle siya, nakakaugat. Nandito si Jesus eh. Siya na yung ugat eh. Si Jesus yung ugat, siya rin yung magiging vine. Kaya pagka tinitignan natin, makikita nyo yung mga kuntil-butil na ganito, parang puzzle na napupuno mo.
Ang maganda dito, ikaw rin nagsabi, Brother Jun, na 1 taon, sa harap ng Diyos ay 1,000 years yun.
1,000 years.
Mas magkapad doon.
1,000 years natin, 1 taon niya. 1 araw niya.
Kaya hindi na tayo buhay nung 3,000 years. Anyway, yung pinako na thief of Jesus Christ. Last day na namunga. Last day na namunga siya after many years na hindi namunga.
Jesus says, Our Father will wait for you to bear fruit before he cuts you down. Perhaps, up to our last day, like the thief who was crucified with Jesus and changed. On his last day,
Then he said to Jesus,
Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Assuredly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise.
Nung tinabi si Jesus Christ, biglang namunga, Lord, remember me. when you come to the, sabi ni Jesus, oh, namunga din, okay, sige. Today, you shall be with me in paradise.
With me. Yun naman sa ganda rin, with me, ah.
With me, yeah. Kaya lang, nagantay siya sa pintuan siguro kasi Jesus Christ, 40 days pa dito.
Antay pa siya.
Pero meron ding isang doon na actually to si Jesus Christ yung naglalakad, tapos may nakita siyang fig tree.
O, basahin natin sa Tagalog, ano ha? Hango ito sa San Marco, Kabanata 11. Talon tayo, no? Sinumpa ang puno ng igos. Kinabukasan, nang pabalik na sila sa Betanya, si Jesus ay nakaramdam ng gutom. Nakita niya sa di kalayuan ang isang malagong puno ng igos. Malago, no? Nilapitan niya ito upang tignan kung may bunga. Dahil hindi pa panahon ng igos noon, wala siyang nakita kundi mga dahon lamang. Kaya't sinabi niya sa puno ng igos, wala nang makakain pa ng iyong bunga. Ang sinabi niyang iyon ay narinig ng kanyang mga alagad. Talon tayo sa talata 20. Kinaumagahan, pagdaan nila'y nakita nilang natuyo ang puno ng igos hanggang sa mga ugat nito. Naalala ni Pedro ang nangyari dito kaya't kanyang sinabi kay Jesus, Guro, tignan ninyo, patay na ang puno ng igos na isinumpa ninyo. Dito sa kasaysayan na to, totoo nangyari to. No, ha? Pero parang lumalabas dito, napakalupit naman ni Jesus. Pero ito, sinasabi ni Jesus, patukoy ito doon sa mga disipulo niya na para kayong mga puno na igos, pagdating ng panahon, hihingan kayo ng bunga. Ano yung bunga na ipapakita natin? Kung ikaw ay maraming taong kaaway, magiging kaibigan mo na sila pagbalik ni Lord dapat. Ganon eh. So, parang ganon yan. Yung bunga ng buhay natin, dahil natamnan tayo ng salita ng Diyos, natamnan tayo, napangalagaan tayo ng mga pastor, pare, madre, kung sino-sino pang makaibigan natin, kasama natin, na tinutulungan tayong maituwid yung ating buhay. Pero tayo yung mamumunga. Hindi naman yung lupa ang mamumunga eh. Tayo bilang tao, meron tayong choice. Mamimili tayo anong dapat natin gawin. So yung pamumungang yan, hindi excuse na sasabi mo, hindi kasi marami akong ginagawa eh. Ilang beses nag-imbita doon sa Biblia, ang daming excuse. Bago yung, sabi, alika kumain tayo, meron tayong party rito, banquet, no? Hindi a-attend.
There's a story like this in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 14. It was told by Jesus, and it's a story about invitations to a dinner.
But it was also a parable about the kingdom of God. A certain man, said Jesus, gave a dinner and invited many people. The custom was to draw up a list of guests, usually important men in the community, and send out invitations several days before the meal. In this way they could say whether or not they could come, or what circumstances prevented them. The quality of the food must be outstanding, the presentation perfect. When everything was ready on the day of the dinner, a servant was sent out to remind the guests it was time to come. When the servant came to the first guest, the man had changed his mind. I have bought a piece of land, and I must go and see it. I ask you to have me excused. Strange. Surely the man would have looked at the land before he bought it. The next guest also made excuses. I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I'm going to test them. I ask you to have me excused. This could not be true. Nobody would buy cattle without first inspecting them. When the next guest was requested to come, he did not even apologize. He just made a statement. I have married a wife, therefore I cannot come. Did he not know he would be married by this day?
Nagdahilan para hindi makapunta. Like us. Sabi dito, we always have reason not to follow Jesus' words.
Gradually, the situation became clear. Not a single guest would come to the dinner. It was a deliberate insult to the generosity of the master. The whole community had rejected him. When the servant returned and explained what had happened, the master was very upset. The behavior of his guests was dishonorable, but now he must do something to show the true meaning of hospitality.
Sabi ng master, ay, galit siya.
Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city and bring in here the poor and the disabled and the lame and the blind. These men were not puffed up with pride, and the master knew that these guests were glad to be invited. They were happy to say thank you and to be treated as men of honor and of importance. Some people might not believe the good news immediately, and when they did, they knew what it would mean. By accepting his invitation, they would associate themselves with the name of the man who provided the dinner. From now on, they were on his side, and they were expected to be loyal. They must come as they were, right away. So the dinner was not cancelled, and the men who came and ate the food were people who appreciated it and were glad to have it. But for the men who were invited first, there was no second chance.
Tignan mo ito, Brother John. Tayo ang iniimbita dito ng ating Panginoon eh.
Mostly it was people who knew they were sinners and needed a new start in life who became his disciples.
Jesus called all kinds of people to follow him, rich and poor, young and old, the uneducated and intellectuals, women and men, people in power and people who were oppressed. But some of the rich were so involved in their own business and pleasures, they failed to respond to Jesus, and so, very foolishly, they excluded themselves from the kingdom of God. It didn't have to be like that. God is generous. The invitation to be in his kingdom is for everyone. But God will not force us. We can say yes, or we can refuse the invitation and miss the party. Today is the day of invitation. Tomorrow? Who can say?
Kasi kadalasan tayong mga sineswerte na sa buhay. Abalang-abala tayo kung sa anong gawa natin. Hindi dahilan yan na abala ka. So, katulad nitong punong ito, parang ginagawa niyang excuse. Hindi pa panahon eh. Dapat laging handa tayo. Laging handa. Pag dumating ang pagtawag ni Lord, time's up, pass your papers, ready ka. Yan yun.
Totoo po yun. Pero actually, ang kadikit po nito, na mas kadikit na kasama po dito sa ating topic is Parable of the Talents.
Oh, Parable of the Talents. Maidugtong ko pa, Kuya Jigs, no? Di sabi nga nun, hindi pa uso mangga ngayon eh. Di siyempre hindi ko makakuha ng mangga. Ang Christian life is always in season. Oh, hindi pagka-Kristiyano ka lang pag linggo. Pag Pasko lang, Christian life is all year round. Lagi ka namumunga. And there is no off-season. No pause, no recess, no vacation, no time out. 24/7 yan. Kaya nung dumating si Jesus Christ doon, isang patama niya yun. The charge of fruitlessness, no, was applied to the Israeli, yung mga pamunuan nun, di ba? Noong time ni Jesus. Pero today, it applies to all of us Christians.
So okay, tuloy na tayo po doon sa kapatid nitong parable na ito, which is the parable of the talents.
Ang isang talent, 33 kilos na ginto.
Okay, yeah.
So, tinignan ko magkano presyo ng ginto kanina. $57,000 per kilo. O sa yung 33 kilos na ginto, $1,881,000.
Ngayon yun, pero noon,
Hindi ganon.
Mas mahal ka pa ang asin nung kaysa gold. Kaya sabi yun. You are the salt of the earth. Sabi niya, hindi ikaw ang gold. Salt, mas mahalaga sin noon. But anyway, ito pong babasahin ko po yung parable of the talents.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey.
Siyempre, marunong ang ating ama eh. Kaya alam niya kung ang kapasidad natin. Kaya kanya-kanya tayong gift. Na, ganun din ang sinasabi ni Paul. Each of us has different gifts from God.
Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2 talents, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them.
After a long time.
Tagal.
After a long time. Dito po, nakadikit yung fig tree kanina dito sa parable na ito. Kaya namin pinagsama. Kasi may common sila na denominator. After a long time. The Lord of the servants came. Ang tagal.
And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
Parang kulang ata yun kung napakatagal eh. Dapat patong-patong na yung kinita niya. But anyway,
100% yan.
anyway, his Lord said to him,
His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
Ibig sabihin po ng tuwan-tuwa. Kasi nadoble niya yung gift niya. Nadoble yung kanyang gift of na talent. Yung isa naman,
He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them.
alam ng ating Panginoon na yung siya is good for 2 talents. Kaya binigyan siya ng 2 talents. Nadoble din niya. Kaya sabi ni Lord,
His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
joy of your Lord. Yan yung pinag-uusapan natin, Brother Joe, lagi na joy of your Lord, na hindi mo mapapantayan na kaligayahan, na pangarap natin lahat, maramdaman yung kaligayahan na yun. So, tuwan-tuwa sila pareho. Tapos, yung pangatlo,
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed.
pinulaan pa.
And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine.
Here is what you have. Tuwan-tuwa pa siya, Yung talent hindi
Buo pa.
nawala. Buo pa. Binigay ko sa'yo. Hindi ko nilista, hindi ko sinugal. Ito buo ba, ibigay ko sa'yo kasi gusto ko matutuwa. Natatakot ako baka mawala baka pag sinugal ko mawala. O kaya pag ni-nightclub ko whatever. Sabi niya ganun. So, matutuwa ba si yung Lord niya? Hindi, Brother Joe.
His Lord answered, and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it to him which hath 10 talents, for unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
So, Anong kasalanan niya? Sinahuli niya yung talent.
Walang pakinabang.
Ikaw ba, Brother Joe, pag yung anak mo, binigyan mo ng kotse. Tapos pag binigyan Brother Joe, pupunta na ako sa Amerika, hindi ko wala yung kotse. Ito pa yung kotse, binigay mo sa akin 0 ang mileage. Isasuli ko sa'yo, 0 pa rin ang mileage. Ano kaya sasabihin mo dun sa anak mo?
Matipid.
Maniwala ko sa'yo, dinuktor mo yung kinutrahe niya.
Yung masasabi dyan, unang-una, yung talent sa panahon nila, no? Ang description niyan it is something weighty, mabigat, no? And shiny. Yung shiny, parang glorious, no? Kaya itong talent sinasabi rito, ito yung mga katangi ang hinahanap, kaya't mahal at mahalaga. Halimbawa, ano yung shiny? Ano yung glorious na katangian? God's mercy. It's glorious, maluwalhati yun. It is inexhaustible. Hindi maubos-ubos yung pag-ibig niya at patawad sa atin. So, sa normal na tao, dito sa atin, sabi, bakit doon pa sa mas mayaman ibinigay yung akin? Diba? Yung isa, kinuha na, binigay pa. Kaya sabing ganon, the reward for good work is more work. Kaya yung mga taong umuunlad, napakasipag, lalo kang mahusay, lalo sa'yo binibigay yung mga assignment ng opisina until ultimately ikaw na yung nagpapatakbo ng opisina. Bakit ganon? Practice makes perfect, no? Pag pinapractice mo, ginagamit mo, praxis, sabing ganyan doon sa pinapractice mo, magiging perfect ka. Pagka alam mo, maituturo mo sa iba. Yung sinabing sinarili, binaon sa lupa, di ba? Ang tao ay lupa Ibig sabihin sinarili mo lang. Siguro pinanood niya lang yung ginto, yung talent, enjoy siya, at binabaon niya ulit. Siya lang nag-enjoy. Walang ibang nakikinabang maliban sa sarili. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng binaon sa sarili. Yung tao kasi may binigay sa atin na ang Diyos na sabi, likhain natin ang tao tulad natin, kawangis natin. Ang kapareho sa atin ng Diyos, katulad tayo ng Diyos, is we are creative. At may intellect ang Diyos, may intellect din tayo. Dito sa lahat ng likha sa lupa, walang animal na may intellect tulad ng tao. So dapat ginagamit natin yan. So man is the image and likeness of God. No other earthly creatures has this extreme potency, the intellect. Use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. Man like God is a creative being. Hindi ka bibigyan ng isang talent tapos wala ka maisip na gagawin. No, para pakinabangan ng iba o pakinabangan ng bossing mo. Man is creating some things from something else. Pero the point is, like father, like son, we are creative. Hindi pwedeng babalik siya na wala lang. Di ba?
Well, alam po naman natin doon sa unang-unang nung mag-establish si Jesus Christ ng kanyang ministry, ang unang-unang sinabi niya, magbago kayo. Kung binigyan ka ng gift na talent, tapos walang nangyari, hindi ka nga nagbago. Yun ang unang, hindi mo pagsunod sa Panginoon. Tapos pangalawa, sabi niya, at yun ang susunod natin topic, kailangan tayo mamunga. Kaya, sabi ni Jesus Christ, sa kanyang magandang salita, very popular, Matthew 16:27.
For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels. And then he shall reward every man according to his works.
According to what he has done. Yung mga ibang kasulatan, sabi, according to his deeds. Yun ang So, sabi, we have given the gift.
Freely ye have received. Freely give.
Kailangan gamitin natin yung gift na yun. So, sasabihin, ano yung deeds natin doon sa deeds na yun? Malinaw, napaka-glaring ang sagot doon sa deeds na yun. Ang deeds doon is yung gagamitin natin yung gift na binigay ni Jesus Christ in a way na mamunga. So ano yung mga gift na yun, Brother Joe?
Maraming gift yan, di ba? Yung gift of time natin, panahon natin,
Okay?
yung ating katalinuhan, di ba?
Correct. One.
Makatulong tayo sa iba, tapos makatulong tayo sa ating kapwa, sa pag-unlad din natin. Ha?
Pagmamahal sa kapwa yun.
Pagmamahal sa kapwa yun. Oo.
Tapos, ano pa?
Yung pagpapalaganap nitong binili ni Jesus, no? Your love for one another will know you to be my disciples.
Pagmamahal na naman sa kapwa yun.
Tama. Lahat
Ano pa?
yun. Oo.
Ano pa?
Pag-aalaga pa sa nature, no? Lahat ng ginawa ng Diyos dito, pagyayamanin natin.
Sa madalit sabi po, yung gift na yon is yung gift na binana sa atin to give, to love one another tulad ng pagmamahal ng ating Ama na gagamitin natin yun. Kaya pagdating natin, sasabihin ng ating Ama, asan yung gift ng pagmamahal? Sino ba minahal mo? Sino ba natulungan mo? Pag sasabihin mo, nandito ko yung pinagmamahal, tinanggap ko, pero hindi ko ginamit. Sasabihin niya, doon sa gnashing of teeth. Doon ka sa ano.
Mga ngalit, no?
So, ikaw
Ang
final,
mahalaga sa atin dito, meron tayong intellect. Hindi mo lang magagamit yan kung ayaw mo. Magagamit mo yan kung gusto mo. Sabi, mayroong salita ron? Sa ayaw, maraming dahilan. Sa gusto, maraming paraan.
Kaya natin, ayaw natin magtapos. Kaya lang po, wala na kaming oras. Pero ang maganda doon ay itutuloy po namin. So, ituloy natin, Brother Joe. Ako po si Brother Jinx. Nagpapasalamat po. At saka, yung ating angel dyan na kailangan, we owe him ang apology. Ilang episodes nandyan siya, si Brother Marlon.
Oo.
Nandyan siya. Hindi natin siya na-acknowledge. Kaya po, it's about time na ma-acknowledge natin yung ating angel.
May panahon pa kasi.
So, brothers and sisters, mga nakapanood natin, nakita niyo kung bakit damit namin ni Brother Jay naka-dress to preach kami. Kasi itong segment na ito, pinakita po namin na ang possibility at saka merits na pwede tayong magkaisa dito sa batas ng ating Ama at saka si Jesus Christ, na hindi naman natin pong pinapalitan yung batas ng ating religion. Kasi si Jesus Christ mo, hindi po akong, at saka si brother na nagsasabi, sabi niya ganun, you should have done this first without leaving the others undone. Okay lang yan, gawin niyo yan. Hindi naman, basta wag lang kasalanan na batas, ano. Yung mga practices na is, you can do that. But, these are the mighty, itong batas natin. Di tayo magkakaisa, lahat tayo dito tayo magkakaisa. Alright, so kami po ay magra-wrap up na naman at umabot na po yung aming oras. At manood po kayo sa amin uli. Nakikita nyo po na ang ating oneness ay talaga pong kailangan gawin. Kaya po kami nag-blazer ni Brother Joe na napakainit pa, dress to preach. So ito po si Brother Jing, nagpapaalam po sa inyo uli.
Kuya Joe Domingo.